What's up, everyone? Welcome into DodgerHeads, presented by DodgerBlue.com. My name is Jeff Spiegel. We've got a quick one for you today, but I think it's a question that we've been getting a lot in mailbags and in our live shows, which is very simply this. Julio Urias, is he the closer not only of the future, but the present? Of course, the question comes on the heels of two of the most impressive postseason performances I think we've probably ever seen, at least I have in my lifetime. Urias' save in Game 7 of the NLCS and then his save in Game 6 of the World Series. I argued that maybe he should have been considered for the MVP, at least in the NLCS. I definitely think as the World Series or the playoffs as a whole, it's Corey Seager and then it's him in some order. What he did, I mean, we cannot discount how unbelievable he was in those two, but it begs the question of Kenley Jansen is aging. The Dodgers have sort of lacked the elite relief pitcher closer type for the last couple of years. Is Urias the answer? Well, I think the answer to that question is it's complicated. Urias is 24 years old, and let's just remind ourselves a little bit about who we're talking about. This was a guy who MLB Pipeline once listed as the top left-handed pitching prospect in all of baseball. That was back in 2015. MajorLeagueBaseball.com ranked him as the 8th best prospect in all of baseball. Baseball America had him number 10. So in 2015, we're talking about an elite prospect. Those are rankings that Dustin May, Tony Gonsolin, guys like that once had, and we're all the way back in 2015. Now, Urias makes his major league debut in 2016. Okay, think about that. He made his major league debut in 2016 at 19 years old. He starts 15 games, 3 relief appearances, 3.39 ERA. Really impressive. He did pitch in the National League Divisional Series that year. He got the win at 20 years and 62 days. He was the youngest Dodger ever to pitch in the postseason, the 4th youngest in postseason history, the youngest to ever start a postseason game when he would then go on to start a game in the NLCS. But in 2017, he had shoulder surgery after 5 starts. He missed most of 2017 and 2018, but he did come back in time for the playoffs, 6 1/3 inning in the NLCS and World Series with 2 earned runs. 2019, kind of a full season, 37 appearances, 8 starts, 2.49 ERA. He actually had the lowest average exit velocity in all of baseball. 2020, 11 appearances, 10 of them starts in the regular season, 3.27 ERA, but a strikeout per 9. That was pretty much the lowest of his career. Now, let's talk about Urias as a relief pitcher versus a starter. As a reliever, his career, 2.15 ERA in 67 innings pitched. If you take out 2016, it's even more impressive. 59 1/3 innings, 1.82 ERA, just over a strikeout per inning, FIP right around 3.40, WHIP right around 1. So the question is that the type of numbers that you want from an elite shutdown relief pitcher? Now, the ERA, 2.15, 1.82, obviously that's elite. The sample size is there, 60 innings, not even including the postseason. We see it. If there's one sort of hesitancy for me numerically, it's the strikeouts. He's striking out just about 9 batters per 9 innings, 24.5% of the batters he faces. And that's just not an elite closer number, okay? So Corey Knebel, when he was at his peak, who the Dodgers just traded for in 2017, his strikeout percentage was 40. When Kenley Jansen, his career rate is 37.4. Even this year, this last year, 2020, Kenley's strikeout rate was 32.4%. So still dramatically better than Urias as his career. And these are the same questions that I have about a guy like Brusdar Graterol. His strikeout rate was 15%. Now, I know Graterol is going to get better. I know Urias is going to get better. These are both very young guys who have high potential and time in front of them. The second thing for Urias is I just think we have to keep in mind how valuable he is as a starter. I know what he did in Game 7 of the NLCS. I know what he did in Game 6 of the World Series. This is heroic stuff. But at the end of the day, I don't see his stuff as being that of an elite closer. He doesn't have a pitch that he can just blow past people. I think it was the World Series where he pitched all those innings without getting a strikeout. Now, that's still like soft contact is a skill. That's the quality of good stuff. But not being able to strike anybody out is sort of playing with fire. And again, I just think the value that he provides as a starter is better. Remember, this is a 24-year-old kid with a 3.61 ERA across 172 innings as a starter. So he's basically given you one full season over the course of his career as a starter with a 3.6 ERA. His strikeout per 9 is the same as when he's a relief pitcher and a starter. His FIP is 3.40, so the 3.6 ERA might be a little unlucky. And again, he's 24, okay? So here is a list of guys on the entire Dodger 40 man that are younger than Urias. We're talking Gerardo Carrillo by a month. Brusdar Graterol is 2 years younger. Dustin May is a year younger. Edwin Uceda, Keibert Ruiz, Gavin Lux. That's it. That's it. Those are the only, 6 guys younger than Julio Urias on the roster. So I think we recognize he came up in 2016. He was a top prospect in 2015. And so we sort of operate under the assumption that he's a finished product. He is what he is. But he's 24. I think there's still room for improvement, room for growth. And for me, I just don't see the elite strikeout stuff that I would want in a closer. And I also see a guy that I think can be a really productive. Like, I think Urias has the ceiling of a number 2 or a number 3 starter in Major League Baseball. And if you can get that, you never give that up in exchange for a closer. So that's not to say the Dodgers have a better option. Tony Gonsolin is the one projected to move to the bullpen with Urias as the 5th starter by many people. But who knows? There's lots of ways the Dodgers could do this. Do I think Urias would be a quality, good closer? Sure. Do I think he'll be elite? I'm not totally convinced. So those are my thoughts. Let us know in the comments below. Do you think Julio Urias should be the Dodgers closer in 2021 and into the future? Let us know below. As always, make sure you're subscribed to our channel, Dodger Blue 1958. Ring the notification bell as well. We put out these videos regularly, and we'd love to interact with you on them. We appreciate your time. As always, enjoy the rest